watching the true crime documentary, right? Okay, just chilling, minding my business, and they start talking about this girl named Gabby Petito. Okay, I hope I'm saying that right. Now, I vaguely remember this case when it was all over the news and everywhere, but when I really sat down and I watched this documentary, I was like, nah. Okay, this situation is sketchy as hell. So let me break it down for y'all real quick. If you haven't seen the documentary, I highly recommend you to check it out on Netflix. All right. But Gabby was a young girl living in, that van life, right, with her fiance, Brian Laundrie. Okay. And they were traveling across country, vlogging, posting all these cute couple videos and showing their life, day in their life, giving off that, we're so in love kind of vibe, right? But behind the scenes, it was very toxic. And this documentary showed police body cam footage where they had gotten into a fight and Gabby was crying and trying to explain herself. And Brian, he was all calm and manipulative, okay? So fast forward, not long after that, Gabby goes missing. Okay, and her family starts panicking, trying to reach Brian and his parents, but they ghost them completely. And then Brian just randomly shows up at his parents' house alone. No Gabby. No explanation, no public statement, no nothing. And before anybody can press him for answers, poof, he's gone again. And a few weeks later, police find Gabby's body in Wyoming, okay, where she'd been strangled. And suddenly, Brian's family is like, oh no, my son, he's missing too, okay? They claim he went into a nature reserve, and after weeks of searching, his parents just so happened to find his remains. Like the same people who couldn't seem to answer no questions about Gabby suddenly knew exactly where their son was. Make it make sense, okay? And here's where it gets weird, y'all. His body was supposedly badly decomposed, even though it hadn't been that long. The whole thing just felt just too convenient, okay? People, especially on TikTok, are convinced that Brian faked his death and is still out here somewhere, okay? And honestly, I feel the same way, okay? So today, I'm tapping into my Patreon exclusive True Crime Mystic, okay? True Crime Mystic. I got my cards, and we're going to see what really happened. And is Brian Laundrie actually dead, or was this some kind of cover-up, okay? What does Spirit have to say about the energy behind this case? Because I promise you, baby, something ain't adding up. Let's dive into it. All right, y'all, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that we're going to be taking a look at here is what was the energy between Gabby and Brian leading up to her death, okay? We have here imprisonment, okay? So for me, this feels like Gabby was feeling stuck. Gabby was feeling like, again, in the documentary, it talked about her trying to get away, her creating this plan with her first love to see how she can get away from him, unharmed, okay? So, yeah, look at that. Underneath the deck here, we have alive. She was trying to figure out how to get away alive. And I also feel like this alive card is coming out here. I don't want to, kick the bucket too soon here, but I also feel like this is just immediate confirmation that Brian Ass is still alive. I feel like this is immediate confirmation that he's still alive, okay? But let's keep going, okay? So the energy between Gabby and Brian leading up to her death was her feeling imprisoned, her feeling stuck, her feeling, and I feel like in a sense too as well with Brian, a part of him didn't want to be with her either, okay? I really feel like that. A part of him didn't want to be with her either anymore, but he couldn't let go of that, okay? He didn't want to let her go, okay? He didn't want to let her shine her light. I feel like he was very jealous of her, okay? He was very jealous of her. Yeah, Hermit card. Hermit card. She was definitely a light being, okay? Very spiritual. Very spiritual. Very wise. And I don't know, I don't remember that part, but I don't remember if he was older than her or not. But I want to say he might have been a little older than her. But if not, he was just very insecure about the wisdom that she had and the light that she had, Yeah, let's keep going. All right, y'all, tapping back into the energy. Okay, what triggered the final altercation between them? What triggered that? Uh-oh. What do we have? We have fraud. Fraud coming out here. Okay? Fraud. So if I remember clearly from the documentary, okay, there was something about Brian using her card, or there was something, I believe, about him getting money from her a lot, okay? And so I feel like maybe she might have noticed something on her account. He might have started to recognize that she was trying to do things to get away, lying about how much money she had, or there's something here where she recognized he had taken her money without her permission. Money that she was going to use to get away. But something about fraud, theft, him taking something that belonged to her. Okay, underneath the deck, death. Maybe she threatened, okay, we have imprisonment, we have fraud, and then we have death. Maybe she threatened to go to the authorities. Okay, maybe he took some type of something from her, okay, and she threatened to go to the authorities. If he didn't give it back, she threatened to go to the authorities in some type of way, about the police about something, okay. But fraud is showing up here as what triggered the final altercation between them. That's super interesting, okay. And then we have strangulation here. And this is exactly what was shown how she died. So this is for sure, you know, what triggered the final altercation between them. We have strangulation coming out here. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. He was trying to avoid law enforcement in some way. Justice card with the handcuffs here. He was trying to avoid law enforcement or going to jail. Okay, jail was not an option for Brian. Okay, jail was just not an option. Clearly, we see how he ran off to the woods. Okay, jail was not an option. Let's pull some tarot cards. So, what triggered this final altercation? It could have even been domestic violence as well. Okay, and she could have that could be why strangulation is here as well. Okay, he could have tried to strangle her. Okay, and she was threatening to take him to the police. Okay, she was threatening to take him to the police, and she became his prisoner. She became his prisoner. Let's see what this is. Yeah, we have the king. Yeah, we have the King of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Cups upright. Okay, the King of Cups coming out here in reverse is Brian's energy. Okay, this card says cold, bad advice, emotional manipulation, moody. Okay, somebody who is, you know, who uses their emotions to manipulate, to deceive, to take advantage of other people. And then we have the Queen of Cups coming out here, which is the King of Cups counterpart, okay? Which is somebody who is very empathetic, compassionate, who's calm, who's nurturing, who's healing, who's emotionally stable. The video keeps cutting out. We're going to keep going, okay? He wanted her energy all to himself, okay? Just energetic vampire is what I'm seeing here, okay? I want to tap into this more, even more. This was what do we have here? Aries. I don't know if one of them was an Aries or not, why this is coming out here. But Aries represents leadership, somebody being in charge. And, you know, it came out right on top of the fraud card, okay? So I feel like he wanted to be in control of what she did. He wanted to be in control of her light, okay? He was her spiritual handler, okay? That's what I'm hearing. He was her spiritual handler. Okay, and you'll often see this with people who have extremely bright lights who are meant for really great things. They will have someone come into their life with karmic energy to try to, you know, suppress their light. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, that's how I know when a message is real good, when I keep having like technical difficulties. Okay, y'all, so pushing through. I kind of forgot what I was talking about here because the camera keeps going out. But yeah, he was her spiritual handler. Okay, so let's move on and let's take a look and see, did Gabby's death happen exactly where they found her, or was she moved? Did Gabby's death happen exactly where they found her, or was she moved? Okay, abuse, neglect. So I feel like with this chain here and it being like a couch kind of, This happened, it started in the RV, okay? It started in the RV. I feel like she was killed inside of the RV, the van, okay? Underneath the deck, hidden. Uh-oh. Yeah, underneath the deck, hidden. So I believe it started in the RV or the van, okay? I don't believe she was where they found her. I don't believe she was harmed where they found her, okay? Where was she? Where was she? Okay. All right, so let's move on. Did Brian act alone? Now, this is what I really wanted to know, y'all. Did Brian act alone? Because he called his parents. And then right after he called his parents on the phone, he talked to them maybe 3 times after that 45-minute call, 50-minute call, 10-minute call, okay? So I want to know, did Brian act alone, okay, in this horrific situation, okay? Or was there someone else involved? Y'all, look at that card. Accomplice, partner in crime. Y'all, I cannot make this up. There was definitely a partner in crime. He did not act alone. There was somebody else involved in this. Okay, underneath the deck here we have accident. So either he could feel like this was an accident, like maybe he didn't really intentionally mean to, you know, actually follow through with the full act. This feels like it was out of passion, right? He definitely had help, period. He definitely had help. He didn't do this alone, which we knew that. And I feel like it's his parents, or it could be somebody else. What was Brian's true motive for harming Gabby? What was Brian's true motive for harming Gabby? We have desert coming out here. You know, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she was found in a desert area. So this is like a 2 answer kind of thing, where I feel like his true motive for harming her was because she was going to desert him. Okay? She was going to leave him, y'all. She was going to leave him. Yeah, look at that. She was going to leave him. Was the energy around Brian what was the energy around Brian days after Gabby's death? What was the energy around Brian days after Gabby's death? Drugs, poison? He was getting inebriated, okay? Taking pills, whatever, okay? All over the place. Because of what he did. It was eating him alive. And then underneath the deck too, before I cut the deck, we have affair. There's something here about affair. I also do think that the ex-boyfriend, something with the ex-boyfriend may have had something to do with it. Like he didn't want her to truly be happy. He wanted her to believe that he was all that she deserved. Did Brian take his own life, or was he assisted? Did Brian take his own life? Did Brian take his own life? Okay. What do we have here? We have cover up. So he was definitely assisted. He was definitely assisted. Okay. Was Brian's body found, or what was going on there? Was Brian's body found? Okay. Was Brian's body found? And if it was a body, was it his body? What's going on with the body? have mountains. Ooh, y'all, we have mountains. And then underneath the deck, y'all, we got fake death. Brian's somewhere up in the mountains, somewhere where there's mountains. Okay? He's off somewhere with mountains. Faked death. I'm done. I'm done. I knew it. I knew it. Y'all, so that's what came through in this reading, and oh my gosh, okay? The cards made it very clear that this was a cover-up, that Brian faked his death. We already knew that. Okay, and there's way more going on behind the scenes. Now, I want to take this even further. So if y'all want a part 2, okay, I can go ahead and do a part 2 on how Brian faked his death so successfully, okay? Who was involved in helping him disappear? I feel like the lawyer might have been involved. I don't know what y'all think. What exactly was this fraud situation that came up in the reading? And is there still active energy around him today? You know, where could he be now exactly? So if y'all want me to go deeper into this, drop a comment and let me know. What else do y'all think we should ask, okay? And I'm thinking about making this into a true crime mystic series where we dive into unsolved cases, conspiracies, missing person cases, whatever, okay? So if y'all have a case that you want me to cover next, let me know in the comments. And if y'all are feeling this and want to see more, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And if you want to see me pull even deeper into this case, uncensored, y'all already know, head over to my Patreon, patreon.com/ascend with Ashe. Link is in the description box, baby. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Ashe.